Welcome, everybody. Again, I'm your host. Let me try that again. Welcome to the One More Thing Tech podcast. I'm your host, Quasi.
And I'm Adam.
And again, we've got an episode today. You know what that means. We got some great stuff planned, right? We don't have any time to waste. We know these guys are all busy, all doing important things. So we're going to get started right here, right now. But first and foremost, I just want to ask that you like and subscribe. And also, if you want to really help us out, if you can share the podcast with your friends and family, word of mouth is better than any form of promotion. So we appreciate that. And Adam, you want to get started?
Oh, I'm excited about this, Quasi. Okay, welcome everybody. By the way, again, like Quasi said, this is a jam-packed episode. I had to reduce what we're actually going to talk about because there's just so much to talk about. So let's just dive into it. So, Quasi, if you've ever been to the Apple Store, you're like, my goodness, that MagSafe, charger they have there looks pretty nice, and so does this AirPods Max looking stand, and even the Apple Watch chargers. Like, I've often thought, why aren't they selling these things? I don't get this. But
right.
We just recently, this last week, seen that 95Mac posted an article saying that there is a third-party seller that has genuine Apple Store merchandise in the sense of like that charger and the Apple Watch charger and various other things. And Quase is going to pull us up so you guys can see some of these examples. But they have some like MagSafe demo chargers, the Apple Watch demo charger, the Vision Pro tray, the iPhone 60e demo charger, and just various other things that if you ever thought to yourself, man, I kind of want to buy that. Now, they're kind of expensive, right? I get that. I'm not 100% certain if Apple sanctions this at all, but it sounds like to me this is not people are stealing these from the store. It's more so when Apple recycles these or gets new ones because of whatever, that they get this. Or if they have too many in the store or too many items for promotion, these guys can just sell it, right? It looks kind of like Apple.com in a sense. It's kind of cool like that.
Yeah, it's definitely reminiscent of that.
I just, I've often thought to myself, it'd be nice to have some of these things, and I have seen people already buy some. So they're not a scam, to my understanding. They're actually the actual products, and people like them. So the only downside is there's like a huge delay in getting things because of they're selling things out so fast, supposedly. So I kind of want to bring this up because I thought this was a pretty cool thing, and we're going to link this exact website in the description so you guys can go to it in the article from 95Mac. So if you have any interest in getting this stuff, now it's available, right? And I think it's pretty neat. And it's just the subtle but like craftsmanship that they use. It's just so mesmerizing to me. I mean, even just the AirPods Max stand. Why does that look so good? Like, I don't know. It just, even without the AirPods and Max, it looks good, and I like that. Quasi, what are your
Demo,
thoughts?
not for sale. I think this is a really cool concept. I'm not sure how legal this is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hoping it's very legal because I think the iPad Ring is one of the coolest things. The ring stand for the iPad is one of the coolest things ever, right? So I'd love for it to be confirmed to be legal so that I can go out and purchase it. Even if it's not, and you come to my apartment one day and you see an iPad Ring stand, no, you didn't. It was just really cool. It was an ornament that I got at the if Apple comes out and sues the heck out of this company, then you can just everything I bought for it, I found at Goodwill for future reference. But no, I think this is a really cool concept. I love it. I love the because, wow, I'm struggling with words this morning. I love going in the Apple Store specifically because of how cool everything is in there and how organized and stuff. And these are the products that make it happen. So I think this is a great website.
Let's go back to that really quick. I'll point out mine. I want you to point out yours. What's your favorite product that they have listed?
Well, aside from the ring stand for the iPads, I'd probably have to go with the MagSafe demo charger right here. You know, I like throwing my phone on the MagSafe thing quite constantly. Actually, it's very common that I throw my phone on the MagSafe charger, and I think this would just be a better version of that. You know, I think this stand is it's much cooler than the one I currently have, and I think this would be awesome.
I like it. The only thing that's weird to me is why is the base so large? It doesn't have like Qi charging also. You know, that part I
No, I
don't get
think
at all.
$229.
Yeah. Oh, it's expensive.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
You can't get anywhere else though, and
This is
they know
true.
that. So that's the coolest thing about it.
So what's yours? What's your favorite?
Oh boy, I'm gonna say it's the MagSafe charger as well.
This one?
Only because, I mean, you never see them not work. And I don't know about you, but when I go to the Apple store, for some reason I have just the thought that I have to try the charger. So I'll take their demo model off and put my phone on there, and it works. It's kind of like if you go to some of these stores where they sell towels and whatnot, and you always thought to yourself that these are stacked towels and they're displayed at the very top of the store, but it's actually one towel just like full into like a wave pattern, and it's a foam piece behind it. So you think to yourself, is this really actually a charger, or is it like a picture of a phone charging and it's not really charging at all? Like, I don't know why I think this, but I had tested myself, and you know what? If I'm going to be there for like 5-10 minutes and kind of look at things around there, my phone can get a little top off. Not that I don't carry a power bank with me always, but at the same time, I don't know. I kind of tested the Apple Watch chargers and the MagSafe chargers, and they do work. I'll say that. More reliable than the Belkin ones that seem to just break for no reason at all. That's completely beside the point, but I would say the MagSafe demo charger. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, while we're on the topic of Apple-related devices, did you know that Apple is currently, according to leaks, exploring a clamshell foldable phone? So like the iPhone, or not the iPhone, like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold, the one that goes like this. Or sorry, I lied. The Z Flip, the one that goes like this instead of like this. If that makes sense. We're seeing leaks that an iPhone Flip is on the table. Right, we've been talking a lot about the new upcoming iPhone Fold, which is gonna be like pretty much a mini iPad that you close to become a phone and whatnot. But we've also seen now leaks that Apple is doing like a Motorola type of thing, where you have the Motorola Razr that they came back out and had redesigned. Maybe I should stop sharing this screen really quick. That'd be kind of cool, so that you guys can have your attention on me rather than the website we were just looking at. But it's reported to cost about a lot of money. I lied. There's no concept of a release timeline or a price point, but we are seeing that that Apple was considering an 18-inch foldable iPad, which might cost you a chunk of change, right? It might cost about $3,000. I don't have $3,000 to go spending on Apple products, but it's we're about 7 months away from what should be the iPhone Fold. Yeah, the iPhone Fold. So just keep an eye out.
Question for you, Kwesi.
Yes.
So if you had to choose between the iPhone Fold that's coming out this year, and let's just say for some reason this also comes out, this clamshell flip iPhone, you have those two to choose from, not the base iPhone, the Pro Max, those two, which one is more enticing to you?
I think it really depends on what's going to come out, right? So we know that the base iPhone isn't going to come out anytime soon, because it'll be coming out in March from now on, as compared to the release in September. So I'd probably get the Pro model, not the Pro Max. Even though I love the battery life on the Pro Max, I hate how big the Pro Max is. It's really unfortunate. I wish I could do something about it, but yeah, I would definitely get an iPhone Pro.
It's the Fold or the clamshell.
Oh, did I just sit up here and just straight not answer the question? That's really embarrassing. I don't know. I've always liked the clamshell designs. One of my biggest things is I always wish I had a flip phone so that when I got upset, like if I'm arguing with someone over the phone and they give like an egregious take, something just erroneous, I could just, what? Just close the phone.
Okay, that same idea though, you could go, or either way, you could do it.
Yeah, but like, I don't
which
want a
one is
phone
more
like a
to you?
Yeah.
I
Also,
guess.
what if you take out your phone and just whip it open? I think that's cool. So
I guess for me, the whole concept of like, I'm so done with you, close, or it's not as much of a like an aggression tactic,
Oh, it's an aggression tactic for me. I want them to hear it slam shut. Granted, that might break the phone, but I want them to know I was upset with them.
Yeah. I might choose the fold over the clamshell.
Why?
Here's the reason why I say that. The clamshell is the closest thing we're going to see to our current model of phone, right? But I just don't know if I'm ready for that exact style of closing.
Okay.
I got away from it, right? And it worked back in the 2000s, before then. It was nice then, I get that. But, like, to me, that was designed and really meant for the phones that had, like, physical buttons, and the screen was the very top of it. It wasn't like a touch screen interface at the very bottom for your input. And it would just, for me, feel weird to, like, flip it up and then not see that, Like, we're going back to where typing took, like, 5 minutes because it was not like WAS. Push, a certain character 3 or 4 times and then go from there. And if you made a mistake, it was a huge ordeal. But, like, to me, just for me being a person that used those devices back in the day, it's just going to feel weird. Now, the whole thing of an opening, like, book concept, I'm not sure if I like that, is new. So you have that, like, it's not new to the world, new to the iPhone. So for me, it's, and when you hear about that, because right now the clamshell is just like, it's coming. That's all we know. We know a lot about the iPhone Fold, where it's going to have better battery than it's ever had before and all this other stuff, right? So I just think I want to try that concept first before a clamshell. I'm not saying I hate the clamshell design or idea, but it's just that nostalgic feel to it where I'm just not ready for that yet as a full touchscreen on both sides. Am I saying iPhone should bring some buttons like a BlackBerry or whatever? No. I'm just saying it just feels wrong kind of for me in a way. It seems like a weird idea. I get that. But at the same time, I think a fold would be a better experience for my use case. And maybe it's just me. I'm not sure yet. But, given the opportunity, I probably wouldn't get either of them right now because I'm just not ready for that experience yet. Not saying I hate change.
That's understandable.
I just think that I want to see some new versions of it, or see version 2 or 3. Because as much as I like Apple and how they can rock good engineering when they do stuff, I just don't know what the first generation of the Fold is going to be like the device of the year. Right? Mm-hmm. It's going to be very popular. It's going to sell like crazy. Maybe it's going to be a feat that no one's got yet, right? For a first generation model. But at the same time, I have my doubts, only because it's their first product category of this. They don't really have a foldable anything right now. So I don't know if they're going to nail that right off the bat. And they might. I hope they surprise me, right? Surprise all of us. But I'm just not sure yet if that's going to be the device I flock to. Plus, it's going to be so expensive. I mean, I can get a MacBook Pro, really good spec-out Pro model, and then there's this phone, right? So I just don't know how I feel about that fully yet. How about you? Does that change anything with your discussion?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I am ready for. You see, you have to understand. Back in the day, I had to fight. When I was living in Guam, there was a cell service called AT&T, right? And AT&T was doing this crazy deal where you could get an iPhone, or not an iPhone, a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip for trading in your old phone, and it took everything out of me, Adam, to not trade in my old phone and go get that Z Flip. I thought the Flip was the craziest and coolest thing ever, and I wanted it so bad. And that's why I'm saying if Apple does a flip, it might have to be a purchase. Like I wouldn't even be mad that I'm flipping a phone. Like I'd love it.
Okay, so here's the other question for you. What was your very first smartphone?
What was my very first smartphone? My very first smartphone was an iPhone SE second generation.
Wow. Mine was a 4S.
My parents had a
I've
4S.
had other phones. They really weren't smartphones, really, but they were close. But I never forget the day that I went up to, because at the time it was just AT&T you can get this with. There wasn't like I could choose Verizon or anybody else. I went to the mall in our town, and I walked into the AT&T store. I'll never forget getting my phone, buying it outright, and calling my dad, and immediately using all my 300 minutes. We talked for so long, and my dad can talk, right? And I can too. But I remember using all my minutes, but it was like 2 more days before the month switch, so it was okay. But I remember using all of them. I'm like, wow, this is how it feels to have an iPhone. And that's when I just got hooked. I mean, really for me, the iPod Touches got me hooked with the whole Apple ecosystem, because what a phenomenal device that was. In my school, never forget, Quasi, the moment people got iPod Touches. And it was just the craziest experience I've ever witnessed in my life. I mean, just getting all those games, like the paper flip game where you flip the paper into the trash can, there's wind and all that sort of stuff in the you drink the beer or whatever, right? But it was like, pop or whatever. It wasn't really that at all. But like, it was just those games and those like experiences with like task scheduling, and then your calendar, and then they had the apps for managing your schoolwork so you can make sure you're on time for your classes and all that sort of stuff. It was just a crazy experience. And for the longest time, the teachers would let us use our devices for classwork, right? We would take notes on it and everything else. And it was like, to me, it was an opening experience into the Apple ecosystem that I was so much into. And I'll never forget, Quasi. The very first iPhone was announced and it came out. There's one rich kid who got one. And he was flaunting it like crazy. And I wasn't even jealous. I was just happy for him, right? And I was like, man, I'm sure he loves that. And it was just one of those things to me where I'm like, wow, this is how it is, right? And once you get that, when you're a kid my age at that time and getting an iPod Touch, it was the coolest thing you ever had. And to put like your entire library of music on there and all this other stuff, it was just revolutionary. So I just knew going to an iPhone was going to be a better experience than that, and it was. So I know we're going way off topic with this, but it was just, to me, that moment in time was just, it was a calming, delightful experience, and they pull it off. This is before Johnny I talked about the iPhone, and when that started, it was even different. He could talk anybody to buy. You could walk into a Hitch where he's selling you an iPhone, and you'd still buy it. Like, it was just one of those things. But in any case, all that to say, these two concepts from Apple are going to be really nice, and I like that. And I just can't wait to see what else they come out with. So this is just amazing. So I like it. We can't see Quasi now. There he is. He's back.
Yeah, I had to. So my camera was a bit higher than I would have liked it, so I had to fix that really quick. So
like Snoop Dogg high or physically high?
Physically high. High. Now it's like really zoomed in, so let's see if we can fix that as well. Hold on.
Okay.
Bear with me.
Moving to the next topic.
Yeah, just go ahead. I think it's AirTags.
Yes. I don't know why. This article from CNET, I like what it says about the AirTags, but I can't stand this. There's audio, and guess what? You cannot find that audio on the page anywhere. I've looked.
All right, so it looks like I'm just going to be zoomed in this much the entire time.
Man, I just do not see anywhere where they have like a pause button, but I had to just mute the page. In any case, guys, Apple recently announced the new AirTags, and with double range and the louder speaker, it's a good upgrade. I mean, that's what we expect to see with these AirTags. And CNET has tested this And what they're saying is it definitely is more than double the range from their experience and their testing. So I'm not sure why Apple wouldn't say that if that's the case, but maybe they just don't want to overpromise things, right? And
Right.
it's just a nice surprise to find that. But what's really nice is, and they say this again, that there's the 1 year battery life on the AirTag, which I believe the other one also had, correct?
Yeah, I think it was definitely. I think it was slightly over a year.
My experience, not one AirTag that I have lasts a year at all. And I'm not
Are
paying
you
them.
constantly?
No.
Okay.
I'm not paying them all the time. I'm not, you know, I wonder if this is part of it. And I don't know why. I consistently get a notification on my phone that there's an AirTag with me, right? And that's tracking me. I know. I have like 3 with me all times.
Right.
I don't know why it doesn't know that, but maybe is that just drain the battery so much? I don't get this. But mine
That
lasts
might be
about
what it is.
4 to 6 months at most.
Hmm.
That's what I get. So I'm not quite sure why this is happening, but all I have to say, the new ones had double the range, if not more. And then the speaker's so much louder when you try to find something, which is really nice if you I often try to use it and you hear that little sound, and it's just so quiet. If you like that, it's getting muffled by some couch or something all the time. But so this is going to be louder, and I like that. And just with the better battery life, too, they're saying that it has that as well. And I'm excited for this. I might have to get one. What about you, Quasi? Are you going to get at least one to try it out?
Well, let's wait until later on in the episode.
Okay.
to
Okay.
talk about that.
You are definitely zoomed in. That's very, very true.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's completely zoomed in, and I can't zoom out. I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying my hardest to zoom out. I promise. I don't want you guys this up close and personal with me, but you know what? Welcome.
I can move closer too, so it's kind of equal, but it's okay.
No, you don't have to. It's okay. I'm gonna figure this out. Okay. That's not what I meant to do.
Oh, it's okay though. But anyway, the new AirTag, they tested it, and they're saying it's drastically improved for a small incremental change, but at the same time, it's worth it. It's $30 for a single one. For a 4-pack, it's $100. So I think it's the same price as the previous ones.
That's way too cheap.
And what's really nice about it is that it's enhanced in every way, and I'm happy for this. I'm excited for this. It's a good first product of the year. What are your thoughts, Quasi?
I think it's a great product. AirTags are great products in and of themselves. They've definitely helped me more than I can give them credit for. Right, the Find My network is absolutely amazing. If you are somebody who constantly loses their wallet, right, and you've tried Tile and you decide Tile doesn't work for you, go ahead and get you an AirPod if you have not an AirPod. Go ahead and get you AirTag if you have an iPhone. I promise that it will be a great investment.
And that was me. I had Tile before.
Yeah, I think AirTags are just like the best tracker in the entire world.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
That and you could, if you have AirPods, you can also throw them. You obviously can't put AirPods in your wallet, but you can also throw your AirPods on your key, and you'll be able to find those too.
Quasi should have had this AirTag on his O-Lite that he acquired.
I don't know how it would have fit on there though. Unfortunately,
I know. But
right.
We learn. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. All right, moving on. This is a small one, right? If you go on Apple.com right now, which I was actually just at, we'll show you. I'll pull up my screen here. Bear with me. Give me 2 seconds. One, two. All right, see, it should be up now. All right, so if you go on Apple.com, you can now customize your MacBook to exactly what you want, right? You've been able to do this for a while with the other devices. Oh, there's an 8 terabyte version now? I'm just not going to click that. But yeah, you can go ahead and get a lot of these a lot of these changes. So if I wanted a specific GPU, I can make that adjustment now and whatnot. Before there was less options to help you, kind of customize it. But now you can customize almost every aspect of it. And
I love it.
Am I going to trade in? Hold on, let me. Apple made my computer.
Oh, you don't want to post that.
Yeah, I probably don't want to do that right now. That's unfortunate. But yeah, then you just select your payment options and you're good to go. You know, make sure when you buy it, you get Apple Care One. Apple Care One is the greatest deal in history. Like Apple Care was already a good deal. Apple Care One is the greatest deal in history. If you buy
Well,
any new Apple products, actually, I'd say go buy a new like Apple Pencil or something so that you can get Apple Care One. I think Apple Care One is the greatest thing ever.
I do like it. There's one great thing that people don't realize about this is, unlike before, where it's like a 2-year one-time warranty, this continues until you cancel it. So you extend your warranty.
You can do that anyway.
No, I know, but like there's the straight out like 2-year warranty buyout with
This is
Apple
true.
Care. But this allows you to keep it as long as you want to, which is really nice. There's only one thing about Apple One I wish you could adjust with it. Or they need to release a family version. So when I get that, maybe I want to have 4 devices and 2 are my wife's. Right now you can't do that. It's just your devices on your account
Yeah,
only.
that's
That's the only
unfortunate.
downside with that, I would say. But it's a great idea, and I love it. So I just have for my phone, I have my phone on the warranty, but I kind of want to do more. But at the same time, I can't quite yet until they enhance it a little bit more. But it's still really wonderful. Back to all this, though. I like how you can customize it to the finer details, like you can like a custom gaming computer, right? It's like that now. And although this is not massive and huge, it gives you more ways to customize how you want to spend your money in Apple, which is kind of nice. So I like that a lot. Okay, Quasi, I want you to take this next one just because it's a Samsung kind of topic. Not that I don't like Samsung, I
No, he
think
hates
you do
Samsung.
better
Don't
than
let him sit here and lie to you guys.
It's not saying
He
I hate it.
hates Samsung.
I hate the OS of Samsung. That's what I hate, not the hardware.
All right, but basically, guys, Samsung Unpacked 2026 is coming up. Right? I don't know the exact date. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, there's no official date yet for Samsung Unpacked 2026, but we have a lot of rumors. We know that we'll be expecting, obviously, a new Galaxy Ultra, right?
And Quasi is going to share his screen to show you what these devices might look like.
Okay,
as well.
bear with me. I had no clue I was going to share my screen today.
I know. We definitely talked about this beforehand, though. It's okay.
Here we go. This is the article from ZD.net. And this is what
Do AI cameras really help you get a better workout?
Do you
I'm
hear
testing it with the Peloton
Yeah.
Bike
that
Club.
was like
The
loud.
camera
Just-
is like
just mute the
powerful
tab.
system called
Do you
Peloton
hear it?
IQ. During strength
Uh-huh.
training workouts, it
Oh,
tracks
that's
your
not great.
movements,
That's
counts
not
your
great at
reps,
all. My
and
tab is
analyzes
definitely
your.
muted. I can't hear
If
it.
it catches you doing
Let's see if
something
we can
wrong,
find out where
it
to
calls you
shut this
out in
person
real
up at.
time.
Oh, it's
Oh,
like
maybe
the
not shut
bottom
up.
right. It's a video on the
I've
very
been
bottom
testing
right.
this bike
Okay,
for over
so
2
there's
months,
actually a
and
thing
I can
covering it for
confirm.
me. Let's mute that.
Oh, my
Actually, let's
goodness.
not
Sorry,
even-
guys. Mine's not doing that. Interesting.
That's awkward.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
so
you heard stuff.
obviously, Samsung Galaxy S26. This is the base model that we're seeing right here. I think this is the S25 that we're looking at.
Yes.
But you know, there's a very high chance that the S26 looks exactly like the S25, so I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
It's a
Will
good
an Edge
red
model
color, by the
replace the
way.
Plus? This is a. So they're asking, you know, last year Samsung had the Plus, and I think they also had the Edge, which was a really small phone, kind of their iPhone Air counterpart, except it's not really a counterpart if the iPhone Air came out afterwards, but you know what I mean? So they might not have an Samsung Galaxy Plus this year. How much more Ultra can Samsung get is another question here. I don't know. I can't answer that.
more
But,
performance, maybe? I don't know.
they're talking about there might be a major ergonomic overhaul. And it could have curvier corners, which you know everybody loves, and a raised vertical camera bump on the back rather than it being like kind of in there. And it could also have a larger 200 megapixel sensor with an f1.4 aperture for the main camera, which would let in 47% more light. It's obviously going to have some new software features as well. You know, we're looking at One UI 8.5. no idea what would be coming aside from an expanded dark theme with more lock screen widgets and some AI features. And then the Galaxy Buds 4 Pro. Galaxy Buds are starting to look a lot like some other very popular headphones that I'm not going to name right now. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, they could have a redesign though. They may or may not have a flat stem and a new wire grill on the side. We don't know if there's any more features or any audio improvements, but it'd be cool to see. There could also be some new AI glasses from Samsung. I know that's not here in the article, but that's also some leaks that we've seen. So, Samsung Unpacked 2025 or 2026. We'll let you guys know when they announce the date and whatnot. And if they announce the date sometime this week, you'll be hearing Editor Quasey right now. But if not, then they haven't announced it yet. And just keep an eye out. We'll be keeping an eye out, and we'll let you guys know.
Okay. So the next one, I know Quasey hates Samsung, but that's the very next topic. And I want to bring this up because this is kind of an interesting thing to me. So we talked about the Galaxy Z Trifold from Samsung. And let me just say, this device 100% sold out the very same day that it went on sale on Samsung's website.
7 copies.
I don't think they did. This is something that they had super high anticipation of selling out, which they are correct. I had to imagine they made over 100,000, at least more than that, of this device. So what I'll say is, and when I say it's sold out everywhere, it is absolutely sold out everywhere. Samsung.com says they're sold out right now. But here's the funny thing. Quasey, I just went on eBay to say, what might have this device for sale? And as you can clearly see here, there's an eBay listing from Orange Route, which I'm sure is very legitimate, that they're selling it for just $5,500, which is exactly a lot more money than they actually sell us for normally, which is I think is $3,000.
Correct.
That's insane. So there's scalpers buying it. I'm not sure if there's a limit to what they have with this, but that's insane. Good on Samsung for selling this out. It is a different idea of a device. I'll give them that. I am just curious the overall expectancy of life with this, with the screens, because that's a lot of folding, and that also has got to be a very hard case to make for this device. To get all the screens. So could you imagine getting a screen protector that just works for all that?
It's too much of a hassle. Don't get a screen protector at that point.
Well, there's going to be some. I mean, just I don't know how they're going to do it, but I mean, I hope Magic John makes something because they're really good at what they do. But in any case, this is something I want to bring up. They sold out completely. I'm not sure they're going to be back in stock. I have to anticipate they're going to be back in stock within a week or so because it is a very popular device. Quasey, if Apple made an iPhone 2027 that has a trifold,
probably
wouldn't get it.
Probably not at all.
Just not in that market.
I just think folding once was spectacular. Folding twice, now you're overdoing it. You know what I mean? You have to understand.
It's a large screen though.
But you have to understand, when I take out my phone, it's because I want to do something now, right? I don't want to have to unfold and then unfold just to watch my YouTube video, right? Granted, I'm pretty sure it still has that screen on the front, so it's not that much unfolding. But it's like it's a lot of extra work, right? And I don't want to do a lot of extra work when it comes to my phone, right? I want my phone to be simple, which is why I want the flip, because when I have the flip, I kind of can whip it open before I do it. But I don't want to have to physically unfold anything. That's just too much for me. I don't know if I'm being extremely picky or niche or something, but I don't.
I feel the same though. I feel like it's just extra steps to get to my content, and I mean, unless you just look at the front screen, which would be very silly. That's your entire purpose with this. But at the same time. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that yet, at all, actually. So, yeah, I want to bring that up, that it's sold out there very quickly. So this is actually very, very cool for the Samsung lovers, and I hope you guys get this back in stock soon, so you can get some more of them. Okay,
Okay.
this is a topic that I want Kwesi to talk about, and I'll chime in on for sure.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how to say this company's name, but
ANEO.
yeah, ANEO. They have a Pocket S Mini, which is, you might say, Quasey, what is a Pocket S Mini? I've never heard of this. It's a little gaming console, you know.
Well, let's show the
fits in your
viewers,
pocket.
Kwesi.
You know, I'm sure it doesn't it doesn't take too much of a rocket scientist. Hold on, I'm trying to show you guys right now. It's just not working. There we go. So this is what it looks like. It's a cute little thing. And Adam, what game is that right there?
That would be Stardew Valley.
Yeah, awesome game. Awesome game.
Oh, it's so good. I might should play it today or Red Dead. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, go ahead.
Why is that a question? I just like Red Dead is cool and all, but
I know.
Stardew Valley.
They're both really, really good games.
It's just true.
There's more of a story and emotional connection with Red Dead right now. I'm in Chapter 6, and I know there's going to be some events that occur. I don't want to give anything away, but things are about to get heated.
All right.
As the whole game really is, as you were.
Well, this device is available on Aino's website. Let's take a look here at this website, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on.
It's not a bad price. It's just
It's not
really
a bad price
not.
at all. It's let's order one right now. Let's say I want 12 gigabytes of RAM. Let's say I want 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage, right? And would I want it Obsidian White or Retro Power? Okay, so I said Obsidian White, which just isn't a thing, but I definitely thought it was going to change colors based on what I'm looking at. That they could definitely update it to do that. But let's go Obsidian Black. What else do I need to specify? Why can't I purchase this right now? Unavailable. Oh man.
You have to choose Retro Power for it to show up. Because they sold out.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, it's $479 if I do it like that. But also, if I get the base model, it's $319, which isn't insane, right? It's granted for something that doesn't have like first generation games, it could be a bit of an issue. But I think this is a cool little concept for something that you can game on the go.
Yeah, and I all the time mention the Steam Deck, and this device, for as small as this is quite powerful. I mean, it's really powerful actually, with Hall effects, joysticks. It has an all-metal frame, which is really nice as well. I like that a lot. And it has like a G3 Gen 2 Snapdragon, which is like almost overpowered for this little device. So it can go a little bit past just some indie games and like retro games, I would say for sure. And it's just a good, to bring back like the whole like Game Boy feel, PSP era kind of vibes. It's great for that. And the battery's really, really good with it as well. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can expand the storage with SD cards as well. So you really have a lot of different options. And if you're just not ready for a Steam Deck quite yet, or Steam OS, this is actually really, really nice. And talk about the, ROMs factor, Quasey. Oh my gosh. You do a lot with this device. So
You can definitely do a lot with it.
I just want to bring this up because it's kind of blown up online and it's selling out fast. So if you were thinking about getting this and you're ready for that kind of commitment with it or off the bat, it's available right now to buy. I think it's a pretty cool little device. I wanted to just showcase this to the whole world because I want to give people some transparency in the gaming market of handhelds. And this is something that I think is going to be really, really nice. And they do great, great stuff. So don't let them fall out of your pocket in a bad way, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's just something I want to bring up. And I think it's really, really cool. And like I said, they're selling out like crazy. As we speak, yesterday, those other options were available. So in 1 day's time, they're almost sold out again. So just so you guys know. Okay, one of the last topics I want to bring up. This is a quick one, but I want to share some things. If you guys have not checked your email in the past week, I am sure even if you have Gmail, you have seen just constant amount of these scammers trying to say that, your cloud storage is out of storage, you need to make your payment's expired, whatever they want to say to get you to believe that your cloud storage needs action now, you must pay people now. Now, they're not even their emails aren't even good. They're so
Oh yeah, they're pretty
I made
bad.
this in Microsoft Paint 4 years ago, and my son made it, and I'm trying to scam you. But people are falling for it, Kwesi, and it's getting a little bit out of hand. So I just want to remind people that if you see immediate action required, payment declined, or your cloud storage payment overdue, or your account's been blocked, or you've been hacked, or whatever, log in now. Just don't fall for that. Make sure it's from the actual cloud storage provider you might have.
Yeah, let's be a little bit smart.
Yeah, just be very, very careful. Look at the sender address. If it's tour.za.com, that's probably not OneDrive, right? Or Microsoft or iCloud. So if you ever question these actual emails, you could always call the actual place like Apple, Microsoft, Google, or whatever, and just verify, right? And oftentimes the best way to know is just maybe go into your account and see if it's still active. That's another good way to do. I just want to make people aware of this. It's been a... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Gracie.
Sorry. Yeah, so the other day I had a similar experience. I got an email. I was skeptical. You said, your iCloud storage is full. Granted, it was actually from Apple. But you'll be able to tell because when you go into your actual cloud storage thing, it'll give you a little pop-up. If you're using iCloud, it'll give you a pop-up in the settings. It'll say, hey, bud, your iCloud storage is full, right? Then you can pay to upgrade. Don't pay to upgrade if you're not seeing any notifications inside your actual cloud storage app.
Yeah, and what I want to do is just, Kwesi, let's just Google really quick cloud storage payment scam. And go to
Wait, I
images.
can actually just pull one up from my email. I have a ton of them in my spam.
Oh, okay. Let's just pull it up just so you get an idea of what this looks like. Just so you get a concept. And I have a couple, but it's not really the best examples. Because I already deleted them.
1 second.
Just make sure you don't dox yourself and show your email, but...
Yeah, that's a big thing right here. Not that. Right here. Hold on, let's share my screen.
Yeah, even we get them, right? And we're not doing anything wrong with it.
All right. So they said, we've blocked your account. The first thing that should be a tip is it's going to give you this instead of your actual name because you obviously put your name into the thing. Then it said, hold on. Let me show you how egregious this is. This is what I'm supposed to fall for?
Yeah, they're not even they might use the same logo, right? And that's about all they do for effort.
This is
and you're not even
bad.
here. At least they put the word iCloud and how Apple kind of.
Thank you for trusting us. I don't trust you. But yeah, and then if you look at sent by trusted sender, so that's just not true because it's EMQKDC at PTCDEW at UK.com. This. Just don't fall for this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you fall for something because you're not looking at these email addresses, I just don't know how to help you.
And here's the thing too, just to say this: if you do happen to fall for it, immediately call the actual provider of that service, right? Walk through the steps, getting your account secure, make sure it's nothing that's someone's not logging into your account, and if you paid people, to call your credit companies or your bank and just get that reversed. Just say, hey, I fell for a scam. I'm sure they'll help you through that exact process and get your money back. Because it's not like it's $10, right? They're going to say, yeah, you owe us $650, right? Because you haven't paid for this or whatever it is, right? Just don't fall for this. And I am getting more spam going through than Gmail than I've ever seen before. It's insane. They used to stop lots of these scammers. And now things are slipping through. And Gmail, just help out with that. Just stop this nonsense. I don't know. I just don't think an email provider should ever let you receive an email from Tom at trustedappledevice.png.com, right? Or something like that, right? It's just so obscure. It's not even close to the actual website. So I just want to make sure people are aware of this, because if you've not received it, you definitely will. And if you haven't looked at it at all, go to your spam folder if it's not there already, and just see there's probably a monumental amount of them in the last couple of weeks. So I just wanted to make people aware of this. Be very careful and safe out there. And yeah, okay, Quasi, I do think it's time for Project of the Week.
Project of the week. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you listened earlier, I said that I'll come back to whether or not I'll be purchasing an AirTag later on in the episode, and that's actually my project of the week. My project of the week is this week is the AirTag. Right, you can get one AirTag for $30. Right, $30 is I think that's a small price to pay for never losing something again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and you can replace the battery.
It'll save your bacon, right?
You can replace the battery.
So, you can get one by itself. Excuse me. You can get one by itself for $30, as you can see right here. But also, there's a 4-pack. Let's see if we can find the 4-pack.
It should be in the same listing, right? Maybe not.
Oh, go right now. Oh, go purchase it right now. Oh, this is a buy right now.
Oh, hold up. That's the original one. It's not the current.
Is that the original one? Ooh. Yeah. Still go buy it right now. Guys, we got 4 AirTags for $69.98. This is a great deal, right? It's 30% off right now. Second, on top of that, I think it's a great deal even if you pay full price, right? Let's go look at the...
Well, it's $100 for the 4-pack.
Yeah, it's usually $100 for the 4-pack, which is significantly less than the $30.
Why is it so hard to find the 4-pack of the second generation?
Oh, I found it.
Right there.
Don't worry.
There it is.
So yeah, this one's going for $99. Not crazy. This is still a good deal, because if one AirPack is $30, and I said that was a good deal, right? Now you're saving $10 on each AirTag, right? So it should have been $120. Wait, can I do math? You're saving $5 on each AirTag, which should have been $120. Is only $100, right? So I think this is a great deal. I think we should jump on this. But honestly, the first generation AirTag is not bad at all. So jump on that.
Not bad.
Right now, if they're
great
going for
options.
$69.
Did you get one, Quasi?
Did I get one? Yeah, I've been had AirTags.
No, the second generation.
The second generation? No, I've not purchased one yet.
Are you going to?
It's very likely in the coming weeks.
I think I might get one. I want to try it out so bad. So, okay, my product of the week is the DeWalt battery charger. Now, I know DeWalt has a lot of battery chargers, right? I'm talking about the USB-C 65 watt that hooks onto a DeWalt battery and charges it very, 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 very fast. So, what's nice about this is I can use this to hook up to a battery, right? If I have a power bank, I can put it in my back pocket and charge it that way too, right? And I can also use that same charger for my phone, right? Or a MacBook as well. So kind of like, it's like an overall wonderful use case. And the DeWalt cords that they have, the USB-C cords, are actually really, really good. And I actually just bought one myself recently, and they're so nice, actually. So anyway, right now it's on sale on Amazon for $84.45, usually $100, which is not terrible for what they really give you. I mean, it's actually quite a bit, and their other chargers are actually more. So, it's a multi-use charger, is what I'm trying to say. And I have this in my house right now. I use it to charge my batteries, and it's so fast. Like, it's super quick. It's not even funny. So I recommend this very highly if you don't have this, if you work in the field or whatnot. So this is a great, great deal.
All right. Do you want to double down and do your app of the week, or?
I do. So my app of the week is Pocket Pool. It is a game. It's so simple too, Quasi. You just literally choose your pool state that you want to choose, and you just kind of like hit the ball in the pockets, go as far as you can before you can't do it anymore. And It's kind of addicting. Let me tell you that because I always try to do better every time I do this, and it is. Quasi, you should get this game immediately too. It's also free, I believe, and it's so fun. And I think I got to like 35 or 40 almost is my max so far. And you think it's gonna be so simple, and the easiest to one sometimes will screw you up, right? So it's a simple game from Catch App Games, and I really love the concept. I've had it for a long time, so I just want to say you should get this, and you should post in Discord what your highest score is. Clearly, I'm going to beat Quasi in my highest score every time, so he's just going to lose at this. But
guys,
he can try.
Put it out there. The other day, he said he was going to beat me in 8-ball pool, and then I didn't even give him a chance to play the game. Right? He said I think he broke it, and I put every ball in without giving him a chance.
Sometimes you have to let people win to give them hope.
So there's actually just nothing he could have done to prevent me from winning there. I just went out and won the entire game. So, like, I didn't want to have to do it to him, but I needed to let him know that I was still the greatest of all time.
Let's just not forget the several times where I destroyed you. Like, you were so far back in last place.
Destroyed?
The dust.
Adam,
the dust was still back.
I'm going to screen record every time I send you the game, and I will be posting it. And you're just gonna see a bunch of shorts of me just just sped up of me demolishing Adam. Just be waiting, ladies and gentlemen.
Just know it's gonna be AI generated because he doesn't win. You know, I just don't know why he thinks.
So he's already making egregious, erroneous claims. You know, it's not true. But okay. For my app of the week, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to go with something that I use quite often to find deals on the internet, so that I don't have to pay full price for literally everything. I try not to pay full price whenever possible, And my app of the week this week is going to be Capital One Shopping, right?
That's actually pretty good.
I have Capital One as my bank, right? Or as one of my banks. I have multiple banks, but Capital One is who I have my credit card with. So, that's the reason I have them. And then they hit me one time with an email. They were like, "Hey, you can do this and get $10." I was like, "Hey, I like $10." Right? So I went and did it, and it's actually just been a huge help to me. It's a free browser extension, and I think they also have a mobile app that I'm pretty sure I use.
Both of them.
And you definitely don't have to be a Capital One customer or have one of their credit cards to use it. It's definitely open to everybody. But the biggest reasons to use it are because it'll automatically apply coupon codes at checkout. Just like Honey back in the day, but turns out Honey was a scam. So don't use Honey. Use Capital One Shopping. It'll also show you price comparisons. Like, I look at it when I'm on Amazon all the time to see if this price is higher or if it's projected to go lower. And you get rewards credits, which can, if you have if you're banking with Capital One, these credits are a lot more helpful. I don't know how helpful they are if you're not banking with Capital One, but you definitely get like rebates and stuff, so that's cool. And you might be like, Quasi, that's all very convincing, but like, I don't really want to download it. Why? It sounds like a lot of work after I download it. No, it's really not. It runs in the background. You don't have to go searching for any of the coupon codes. You don't have. It's the click of a button, guys. You click one button and it applies to checkout, right? And you can also add items to a watch list. Let's say I'm looking at a PS5, and I'm like, wow, the PS5 is going for $700 right now. Just let me know when it drops below this price, and it'll let you know. And then there are some secret deals that are in your cart. Like, hold on, let me explain this. Let's say you leave an item in your cart. So sometimes Capital One Shopping will send you like an email for a targeted offer with like 30% back just to get you to go purchase that thing. So I think that if you're a heavy mobile shopper, right, if you don't like being in the store and you don't like interacting with human beings like I don't, then this is definitely the app for you, right? You can order a new porta potty while sitting on your porta potty. You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome. So Capital One Shopping is my app of the week.
I have this too, and I've used it quite a bit. And just, when you see those times for like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or just throughout the rest of the year, they give you just incredible deals that it's hard to pass up on. They get these points for everything that you shop with. It's kind of, how do I have? I did not notice, Quasey. I have like $45 in rewards.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow. They're not even a sponsor, guys. They're just good what they do. Oh no, it's my lifetime savings. But I do have rewards available. I still do, about $3, which is, I didn't buy much and I got that still. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's awesome.
In any case, yes, I love that as well, and I think it's fantastic. So, okay, one more thing segment. Do you have anything, Quasey, that, stood out to you this week?
The Super Bowl's this week. Let us know who you guys are rooting for, right? I'm personally rooting for nobody because if you don't know, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I grew up in Philadelphia. I will be heading back to Philadelphia here in March, So go Eagles all the time. And, obviously I have to root for the other Birds team that's in the Super Bowl. I've never had bad beef with the Seahawks. But the Patriots, we're just not Patriots fans, The interesting part is the Patriots ran the AFC, right? People forgot how good they were. Then when Tom Brady retired or switched teams to the Buccaneers, they kind of fell off a cliff. And Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes is in the Super Bowl every year. I think I can remember 2 years that he wasn't in the Super Bowl for the last 10 years. So, Patrick Mahomes just decided he was going to be the greatest dynasty of all time. And then, people forgot that the AFC was just ran by the Patriots. And the Patriots came back to show them that they're still here. So good for the Patriots. Congratulations to Mr. Drake May. I know Drake May listens to the podcast quite often. I'm lying, guys. I have no clue if Drake May listens to the podcast.
Wait,
but
you don't know if he doesn't.
Congratulations to him. Yeah, I don't know if he doesn't, so we're going to assume until proven otherwise. Watch his media team reach out to us. Hey, we did not approve you saying XYZ of Drake May. Please remove this.
It's nothing bad. It's a great thing you said about him. So
this is true.
I'm going to root for who's playing again? I can't really.
The Seahawks and the Patriots.
Seahawks. Yeah, I'm going to probably go for the Seahawks as well because the Patriots are just always there. And I think they're so favored by the refs in the NFL in general. So, I don't know.
I just don't know about being favored. They have had some pretty bad whistles this year, but I do think they had one of the easiest paths to the Super Bowl.
I just think, I'm not saying pre-Super Bowl. I'm saying when they're in the Super Bowl, they're kind of favored then. That's what I'm saying.
This is true.
know.
But you also have to understand, they were playing with the greatest quarterback of all time, so even if they didn't get some of the calls, the Tuck rule call, that was a bad call, right? The refs made a mistake there. But, aside from that, Tom Brady's just Tom Brady, right? Like, there's not too much you can do about Tom Brady. 7 rings, 6 of them with the Patriots, and then he moved on to show everybody he wasn't done yet. That's just Tom Brady, so.
The way he describes, as like one of the announcers, how he throws a football is actually pretty brilliant. Like how he throws up higher, or what? Like those examples are just it's actually unhinged a little bit. And people hate on him, but they really shouldn't, because I don't know, I don't think he's that bad of a dude overall, and he's actually proven that he can do really well in football. So I don't know.
This is true.
Now, if you don't like Brett Favre, I get that. The guy has, a chip on his shoulder the size of, a pizza. But at the same time, I don't like him that much. Well, he's also from the Packers.
Isn't it because he's that's the only reason you don't like him.
And I love cheese, but, I just don't like the Packers. And I guess gotta say, as a Bears fan, it was a glorious moment in time to watch them destroy the Packers.
Destroy? What are you talking about? They went back and forth. They barely won.
Barely win, destroy. It's the same thing. It really,
I just don't think it is.
They were really cocky that they were going to win against the Bears, and the Bears said, "Guess what? You suck, and your kicker is just atrocious. They couldn't do anything. They didn't miss 3 or 4 kicks or something like that. How do you do that?
I didn't pay that much attention.
a preschooler could have made those kicks that he missed, is what I'm trying to say. And he lost in the game. There's no way that wasn't the reason why they lost, because they were in definitely field goal range several different times and just sucked at doing that. I mean, it was botched. Like, it wasn't even close. He had a better chance of getting the opposite field goal, and a couple of them are so bad. Like, I don't know. It was kind of all over the place. But I will say this. The Bears coach now, Kwesi, you have to admit this, is actually very promising for making a next year comeback. We see this all the time. The Bears come back next year all the time. I get that, right? But they actually might do it next year. Like, they had to make some adjustments. I get that. They had to do a little better with holding the line a little bit. I get that. But they have some potential. And, you know, I've watched the Cubs win the World Series in my lifetime, right? I was at B-Dubs when it happened. Awful place to be at. But for this occasion, I was there, and it was unhinged. The level of noise that I heard, and people were on the tables. There was no fights, no deaths, nothing like that. It was just the amount of noise. It was so loud. I couldn't hear my own eyes. It was so loud. So what I'm trying to say is, it was so loud. But I just want to see the Bears go to Super Bowl and win it. You know, like, I just want to see that again. So, in any case, all I have to say,
I've seen my team win the Super Bowl multiple times.
Quincy, that's not the point. The point is it's time for the Bears, right?
Sure.
You know, just give him 1 year, okay? Give him next year, okay?
Next year they have to beat the Eagles, and this was you guys this year. This is really unfortunate. But you guys are lucky you didn't see us in the playoffs. Granted, you guys beat us in the regular season.
All I gotta say
we had
is
a bad regular season.
This might hurt you a little bit. I have my Instagram still. Someone deleted Instagram.
You guys won't know what he's talking about, but when the Eagles lost to the 49ers, everybody and their mom started texting me, how about them Eagles?
It wasn't me.
Oh, my gosh. It was the worst thing ever.
Can you confirm that? It was not me. I didn't do that to you.
I don't know if it was you. I
did not.
I haven't looked at Instagram.
So I see that. Okay, so here's how it happened. I saw that his account was gone. I'm like, what's going on here? And then like 5 people that work where we work at say like, hey, what happened? Is Quakesy like dead? His account's gone. I'm like, I don't know. And that was like one of those days where Quakesy just did not respond to me at all because he was so busy with classes that I started to believe him a little bit. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with Quakesy, but I almost reached out to his parents just to see if he's okay. You know, but thankfully he responded.
I was somewhat okay.
Yeah, well, you know, it was devastating for Quasey, right? You know, he had to use.
It was beyond devastating. I don't even think how I wanted to just box myself up in my room and cry. But
they didn't even win against a good team, if I don't recall, right? It wasn't.
No. We lost to the 49ers, who literally injured everybody possible that game. And so the 49ers went and saw the Seahawks and got absolutely smacked. I think it was 49-3. But, you know, everybody on the Niners was injured, so it's really unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's disappointment across the board. My dad's a Cowboys fan, which I keep praying for him. He's like, it's America's team.
I don't think
that slogan
enough.
doesn't hold water anymore. It just doesn't hold water. Yeah.
They're no longer America's team. They haven't been for decades.
Prescott's just not it. Sorry.
I just don't think it's his fault. I think it's literally everybody else on the team.
Well, I'm not saying that he's just.
And then you can't let Michael Parsons walk in free agency. That was a horrible idea.
Yeah, Jerry Jones just stupid. Really has issues with picking the right people for the team, I think, and the coaches and all kinds of other stuff. Yeah. Man.
Well, all right.
Well, it's not until if you be a Bears fan, Quace, that's what I'm trying to say. So,
I don't think I'm switching, you know. I think the city of Philadelphia might come after me if I switch.
Can you at least do this?
Win or lose?
Can you at least root for them when they're not playing your team?
Absolutely not.
Well,
absolutely not.
Why? Why can't you do that?
Why would I do that?
Well, just like, you know, it's not hurting you.
Yes,
it's not hurting your team.
Yes,
How is
it
it hurting your team? How?
they're rivals. I don't like them.
Well, it's
Anybody
good
who doesn't
Packers
wear
fan.
green, anybody who doesn't wear green is just not acceptable to me.
Yeah, but people that are Packers fans do that, though. Just know that.
Yeah, I'd probably root for the Packers before I root for the Bears, simply to piss everybody in Chicago off. I think it'd be
That
hilarious.
is crazy. I was about to say I shouldn't say it all. There are people that would disagree with that assessment. I almost said
I'm
something
well
really,
aware.
really bad. I almost said something really bad, and I shouldn't say that at all. I'll tell you afterwards. But
Okay.
yeah, just saying, just don't do that. Don't go to Chicago and say it out loud. There's no problem in Chicago right now. Let's just not add to it, okay, Quasey? Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. People listen to this podcast, okay, especially people in the NFL. So, okay. Well, that wraps up our episode. Thanks, guys, for tuning in with us this week. There's one thing I'm a little disappointed with, Quasey. Before we go, we had a giveaway, right? And nobody wanted to join.
No.
And I know
Don't even worry.
why, Quasey. Everybody just wanted Quasey to get Battlefield 6. So I appreciate that, guys. I know it was really tough to
Yeah, you
not,
guys are awesome.
put in that. Quasey's been working hard on this podcast. I think he deserves Battlefield 6. So without the wheel names at all, we're going to give the price to Quasey. So he'll get the Battlefield 6 and the Game Pass. And maybe that brings him back to Xbox. He's got to use it, So that's all I'm trying to say. So Quasey is the winner.
Woohoo!
With
Hooray!
with the giveaway, and we'll do more giveaways as well, guys. But they should let him win this. I know he mentioned that last episode as a joke, but you guys took it pretty serious.
Literally,
and
yeah.
He is the winner. So thanks, guys. We have some more great things lined up for the podcast, and we're looking forward to next episode. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. See you guys.